Every journey toward greatness begins long before the world ever claps for you. It begins in the silence, in the small moments nobody sees, in the reasons only your heart knows. You see, the world watches the celebration, but greatness is born in all the moments without celebration. And that's why some people rise, and some people stay stuck. Because the ones who rise, they have a why, a reason so deep that quitting becomes impossible. Kevin Durant doesn't scream after every shot. He doesn't jump around. He doesn't need to. Because his focus isn't on celebration, it's on purpose. Every time he touches those numbers on his jersey, he's honoring someone who's no longer here. Someone who shaped him, loved him, believed in him. That's his why. Not the trophy. Not the fame. But the promise he made to someone he refuses to forget. And when you have a reason that powerful, you no longer give 100%. You give 120% every single day. Everyone wants to win. But wanting is cheap. Dreaming is cheap. Hoping is cheap. The question is, what are you willing to do for it? What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to endure? Most people don't fail because they're weak. They fail because they don't have a powerful reason to keep going when it hurts. When life hits them, they stop. When obstacles rise, they quit. When pain shows up, they fold because their why wasn't strong enough. You want to know what separates the average from the elite? It's not talent. It's not intelligence. It's not the perfect background. It's work ethic. It's the ability to say, if you're working, I'm working harder. If you're grinding, I'm grinding longer. You might be better, but you will not outwork me. The 1% aren't special. They're just real. Authentic. They show up as themselves, unapologetically. And authenticity, that's a superpower. Because when you stop trying to impress the world and start trying to impress your purpose, you become unstoppable. I know people with talent who never make it. I know people with intelligence who'd never rise. Because talent without willpower is wasted. Skill without sacrifice is useless. The formula is simple. Skill plus will equal success. You can't choose the skill you were born with, but you can choose the level of will you show up with. I've seen people with less talent outwork the gifted. I've seen the underdogs beat the favorites. I've seen the overlooked surpass the chosen ones. Why? Because their will was unmatched. And willpower. Willpower can turn last place into number one. The speaker said, I wasn't the smartest. I wasn't the most talented. But I had something most people didn't, phenomenal will. He fought through learning disabilities. He fought through hardship. He fought through every obstacle life threw at him. Not because it was easy. Not because he enjoyed it. But because his why demanded it. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, that's when you become dangerous. So here's a question. What is your why? What reason will make you run when you're tired? What reason will make you rise when you're broken? What reason will make you grind when no one is watching? Find that reason. Hold that reason. Protect that reason. Because once you do, your whole life changes. Most people think success is about talent, but real champions know the truth. Success is about what you do when you do you and feel like doing it. The early mornings when the alarm hits and your body whispers, sleep. But your purpose screams, get up. The cold nights when everyone else is resting and you're the only one grinding in silence. That's where greatness is crafted. In the places nobody applauds. In the hours nobody sees. In the decisions nobody celebrates. Because discipline is the art of keeping promises to yourself. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fire that never goes out. Motivation will get you started, yes, but it won't keep you going. Because motivation fades. It disappears on cold days. It disappears after failure. It disappears when life throws pain your way. But discipline holds you together. Discipline tells you, I don't care how you feel, we move. Discipline turns average into elite. Discipline turns dreams into reality. Champions don T-train because they feel good. Champions train because they made a commitment to a future version of themselves. The crowd sees the trophies. But they don't see the nights you cried. They don't see the hours you bled. They don't see the sacrifices you made. They don't see the pain you carried silently, the failures you had to swallow, the times you fought your own mind just to keep going. Champions win in the dark long before the world sees the light. Every extra rep when your muscles burn. Every lonely morning run. Every time you say no to distractions. Every time you walk away from comfort. Every time you choose discipline over desire. That's where greatness is born. Not in a place, but in isolation. Growth isn't comfortable. Growth demands loss. Growth requires giving up the things that keep you small. You can't rise and keep the same habits. You can't win and stay the same person. You can't evolve and hold on to people who don't believe in you. Success demands sacrifice. Sacrifice of sleep. Sacrifice of comfort. Sacrifice of laziness. Sacrifice. Of fear. Sacrifice of the version of you that wants an easy life. Because the next level is not given, it is unpaid for with sweat, pain, discipline, and a heart that refuses to break. Ask yourself, what are you willing to give up to get what you want? The speaker said something powerful. You must be possessed by your vision, not interested, not curious, not half committed. Possessed, meaning your dream stays on your mind every morning, every night, every breath. Meaning you don't need reminders. Meaning your work becomes automatic. Meaning your vision becomes your heartbeat. When you reach that level of focus, distractions lose their power. Doubt loses its voice. Fear loses its grip. Because your vision becomes the loudest thing in your life. People chase happiness through things: cars, clothes, nightlife, money, temporary pleasures. But the real ones know pleasure is short-lived. Purpose is eternal. When you're committed to something bigger, something meaningful, your happiness flows from progress, not parties. From discipline, not dopamine. From growth, not comfort. And the speaker said it crystal clear. True happiness is owning your vision, not following someone else, not living for applause, not living for validation, but living with meaning, living with intention, living with a fire that says, I know where I'm going, I know what I'm doing, and nothing can stop me. There comes a point in your life where you realize that focus isn't optional, it's survival, because distractions are everywhere. Everybody wants your attention. Everybody wants your energy. Everybody wants a piece of your time. But if you give your attention to everything, you give your power to nothing. Greatness requires tunnel vision, a level of focus so sharp, the noise of the world becomes background music. You see, some people lose years of their life by fighting battles that don't matter, arguing with people who don't matter, chasing things that don't matter. Success requires choosing your mission again, and again, and again. Your time is the ultimate currency. It's limited. Your days are numbered. Your life is a countdown from the moment you are born. In the harsh reality, you don't know how much time you have left. There are people who wake up every morning like they've been promised 100 more years. But the clock never stops. The seconds never slow down. That's why you can't waste your life fussing, fighting, arguing, scrolling, doubting. You must focus on your mission, your goal, your purpose, your priority. Because once a moment is gone, it's gone forever. There will be a moment in your life where opportunity comes knocking. A moment so rare, so powerful, so unique it may never come again. And when that moment comes, you must be ready. You must be conditioned. You must be trained. You must have the habits, the discipline, the willpower, the hunger to take advantage of it. Because talent alone won't save you. Skill alone won't carry you. Dreaming alone won't lift you. What will save you is effort. Relentless, unstoppable, uncompromising effort. You cannot control the outcome. You cannot control the arena. You cannot control what happens next. But every day, you can control your effort. They shoot 100 shots. You shoot 300. They wake up at 7. You wake up at 4. They practice for an hour. You practice until your legs shake. That is the price of greatness. One of the biggest dangers you will ever face is pride, because ego whispers, "You're good enough. You don't need to work anymore. You've already made it." And that voice is poison. Pride destroys more dreams than failure ever will. Gifted people fall not because they are weak, but because they forget to stay humble. Humility says, "I can do better. I have more to learn. I have more work to do." Humility protects your gift, and humility keeps you grinding long after the talented ones stop. Now listen carefully, because this part matters. The speaker said, "I'm not supposed to be here." He was raised on Chicago's South Siding environments, where dreams die young. His father was absent. He dropped out of high school. He was homeless, hungry, lost. He slept in abandoned buildings. He ate out of trash cans. He walked through life broken, wondering if he would ever escape the pain. But through all of that, every dark night, every cold floor, every tear that fell, one thing kept him alive. Hope. Hope that tomorrow could be better. Hope that his pain had a purpose. Hope that there was strength inside him waiting to be awakened. And eventually, that hope became his fuel. But the moment everything changed was when he found his why. His family, his wife, his son. When you have someone who depends on you, your grind becomes different. Your effort becomes deeper. Your discipline becomes sharper. Because failure is no longer personal, it affects everyone you love. When he looked at his son, he didn't see a child. He saw responsibility, a promise, a future. He said, "Basketball isn't just basketball. It's how you get your mama out the hood. It's how you give your family a better life. Your dream is not just for you. Your success is not just for you. Your family, your mother, father, children, siblings, they are counting on you to break the cycle. When you step onto the court, onto the field, into the classroom, into your craft, you carry more than your own name. You carry your family's hope, their survival, their dreams, their future. Some people out here don't have a backup plan. They don't have a safety net. They don't have a plan B. All they have is the success they create through sheer willpower. So every shot you take, every decision you make, every moment you waste it has consequences. This is bigger than basketball, bigger than sports, bigger than money. This is about the life your family deserves and the role you play in building it. Every journey begins long before the first step is taken. It starts in silence, with a single spark inside the human heart, a spark that whispers, "You are meant for more." Most people ignore that whisper. They drown it in noise, in fear, in doubt, in excuses, in the comfortable numbness of everyday life. But a few, a rare few, choose to listen. And you are here because you've heard that whisper too. You feel the pull towards something greater, something deeper, something that demands courage, something that demands a version of you that you have not yet met. Life has a way of testing us. It puts weight on our shoulders, pressure on our hearts, storms in our minds. Some days you wake up feeling strong. Other days you wake up feeling broken. And that's okay, because strength is not the absence of struggle. Strength is the refusal to surrender. You've been knocked down. You've tasted disappointment. You've felt the sting of betrayal. You've worked hard, and sometimes ended up with nothing. But guess what? You're still here. Still breathing. Still fighting. There is power in that. A power you don't even realize you have yet. This world doesn't hand out greatness. It doesn't reward wishes. It rewards discipline. It rewards consistency. It rewards those who choose action over excuses. And the truth is harsh. Nobody is coming to push you. Nobody is coming to fix your life. Nobody is coming to save you. You are responsible for your own fire, your own rise, your own breakthrough. The sooner you accept that, the sooner everything changes. Every person carries two versions of themselves. The one they are now, and the one they know they could be. Between them lies a battlefield. Your fears, your doubts, your weaknesses, they live there. Your potential, your strength, your future, they live there too. Every single day, you choose which one wins. Not with big decisions, but with small ones. With habits, with discipline, with consistency. The hardest battles you'll ever fight are the ones inside your own mind. There comes a moment, a breaking point, when life pushes so hard that you feel something inside you snap. Not in weakness, but in determination. A moment when you say, I will not live like this anymore. When your future becomes more important than your past. When your dreams become louder than your excuses. When your purpose becomes stronger than your fear. That moment is the beginning of transformation. All greatness begins with a decision. A decision to rise. A decision to fight. A decision to refuse the life that keeps you small. You were not born to be ordinary. You were not born to blend in. You were not born to be silent. There is fire in you. There is strength in you. There is a warrior in you, waiting for the moment you finally say, you don't need to see the ill path. You don't need to know exactly how it ends. You just need one thing, the courage to take the first step, because momentum is born in the smallest actions. One page, one workout, one decision. One step forward, do it today, and tomorrow becomes easier. Do it again, and the week becomes powerful. Do it again, and your life begins to shift. Greatness is not built in giant leaps, but in tiny, relentless movements. So take that step. Rise, fight, transform. Your journey is waiting. Thank you for watching. If this message resonated with you, subscribe for more.